Up next, we have Keith Brown. Keith is the president of Trans Liberation Columbia, an intersectional LGBTQ advocate with a BA in psychology from Columbia College, and he is a proud volunteer at the Center Project.
Good morning. Bells tolled just months ago. Trans Day of Remembrance led to vigils held all around this country. The names listed in memory of our trans siblings who have passed on. It was the heavy weight in the hearts of many that a major portion of these names were Hispanic and Latin American. For myself, it reminded me of the family that I have, the siblings I love, both of blood, those married into my family, and those who I have chosen as my family. The resounding, discordant rings of a bell paying respect to our trans ancestors, sounds that relayed through my conscious understanding that all this current administration wants is power and will do anything to tear families apart and to strike fear in the hearts of those most at risk. They continue to spread their power with fear and bigotry, making it easier for ICE agents to discriminate and target our transgender siblings. You see, I am a transgender man. Assigned female at birth, became disabled into adulthood, and I have had the privilege to be surrounded by the culture, family, married into my life since before I was born and in my young teens. Having not even realized how different I was, how my own upbringing was so sheltered and yet culturally different than my peers. Born on an Air Force base, 10 years of my life was spent moving around. I know that I once sang Let Freedom Ring with the whole of my heart, but the older I get, those lyrics ask questions in the quiet moments of prayer and reflection. Why has it gotten so bad? What can we do to stop this tyranny? Because it wasn't about bathrooms in 1865 when the movement to deny Black Americans of their rights to go to integrated schools, forced them, segregated, felonized, criminalized children from going to school. It wasn't about religious truth or bathrooms, but of fear, of power, of othering human beings using the Bible as a shield and their money as a weapon to subjugate an entire people and rid them of their autonomy. These violations to civil rights did not happen overnight. Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin. I've been saying their names for 10 years, and there are countless, millions more lost to an America willfully blind of its history. The white trans community has not faced quite the same level of injustices, yet our own perils echo in the similar American brand of fascism. Today marks just 3 days before Trans Day of Visibility, a day where trans and gender-expansive people can come out and say, we exist, we belong, we can do anything, we are powerful. Just 3 days ago, myself and fellow trans people alike had to step up and testify at the Missouri Capitol for 2 days. We toiled, refuted, demanded our autonomy. We have always existed, we will always belong, and we can and will do anything. Tuesday, a meeting with senators at 8 a.m. is met with censure. They did not allow us to speak for more than 2 minutes. They cut off the hearing short, and more than 10 trans people who came here to testify did not get to speak. Some of who drove up to 6 hours away were silenced, unheard. Saturday, a trans man stands up to the pulpit to say, here I am, I exist, you cannot silence me and my people's trans joy. Am I visible enough for you? No permitiremos que tomen nuestros derechos como orígenes, ni destruya a las familias y negocios que tenemos aquí en Estados Unidos. No podemos permitir que esta administración fascista nos quite nuestros derechos, ya sea como personas transgénero, como mexicanos en el Río Grande, o como inmigrantes y personas de color que trabajan duro, crean arte y aportan a mi alma y espíritu aquí en Missouri. A mis amigos hispanos y latinoamericanos, tanto aquí como en todo Estados Unidos, la comunidad transgénero está con ustedes en solidaridad. Yo estoy con ustedes con amor y con respeto por mi familia, mis ancestros y nuestra cultura. Juntos podemos proteger a nuestra comunidad. Liberación para mis hermanas y hermanos transgénero, no binarios e intersexuales. Liberación para mi familia mexicana. Liberación para mi familia trans y mexicoamericana. Liberación para mi familia cubana. Liberación para todas las personas migrantes. Liberación para Venezuela. Liberación para Palestina. Liberation para todos los pueblos indígenas y sus tierras robadas. Liberation from fascism does not begin with silence. It began as a shout from the indigenous people of this land into the skies for resistance, and continues as trans people fight for their rights to use something as basic as a public restroom. Our cries now are just as important as the formal declaration our founding fathers signed in 1776. Trans people, indigenous people, Hispanic and Latino people, people of color, immigrants, disabled people will not now nor ever support a tyrant. We come together to say, no kings.